Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. So I was sitting here finishing up some footage with the Pixel 3a XL, and I'm looking at my Pixel 3. I'm looking at my Pixel 3 XL, Pixel 3, 3a XL. And I'm thinking, do we even need a Pixel 4? Are they going to produce a Pixel 4? So this is a discussion video. If Google does produce a Pixel 4, what are they going to do with it? Let's talk about it in this video. Alright guys, so yeah, do we even need a Pixel 4? I guess the question should be, are we going to see a Pixel 4? Because this device right here is probably going to make Google a lot of money. It probably will. The price point is at a price point that some would consider extremely reasonable, just based on the cameras, the battery, the screen, the speakers. You know, just based on those alone, people are going to say that this is one of the best purchases in the world. They're going to say this is the best. So if Google does do a Pixel 4, I don't think they'll be competing with the Pixel 3 replacement. I think they're going to be competing with themselves with the Pixel 3a and the Pixel 3a XL. This phone is actually really good, folks. And I'm surprised because remember I had all these doubts about the processor. Now, just because I don't doubt the processor anymore, that still doesn't mean that I agree with the price. I've said that way too much, and I don't like to beat a dead horse over the head, but I still feel the price could have been lower. But with all that said, that's the techie in me. The average consumer in me, I would totally buy this over the Pixel 3 because I get the battery, I get the cameras, I get the performance. And honestly, the performance that I've seen from this phone doesn't differ much from my Pixel 3. So if they bring a Pixel 4, how are they going to do this? I would suggest if Google brings a Pixel 4, they're going to have to do a different design. I think they need to get back to dealing with HTC for the hardware, because the Nexus 6P is one of the most stunning devices and hardware to me that's hit the market. And from Google, that is. I think the Nexus 6P was a sweet looking, I love that cold touch of the metal. It was just a good phone. And so with Google switching to plastic, you know, for their, and they call it polycarbonate, it's plastic. With them switching to this for the Pixel 3a phones, the 3a and 3a XL, what are they going to do for the Pixel 4? Now, the Pixel 4, you're going to automatically jump out there and say, hold on, Jay. Wait a minute, Jay. The Pixel 4 is going to be a flagship. Well, you don't know that. We don't know anything until it actually comes to the market. And if I were Google, I would just take the L that they took on the Pixel 3. And I'm not saying the Pixel 3 was a bad phone. It was just priced too high for people that wanted it. People felt like it was too high. I even felt like for the price tag, could have been a little bit, you know, for what they're offering, could have been just a smidgen less. And I'm not saying it's not worth the money. I'm saying to capture the market that Google deserves. We're talking about Google, the biggest search in Google. They have everything. I think they should capitalize on what they're doing here, not what they were trying to do with the Pixel 3. So if they do bring a Pixel 4, I think they should stick with the price tags being under $600. They can, just like OnePlus, they can take over the game, because these cameras on here and this battery life, I don't even care if it's plastic. I don't care that it doesn't have wireless charging. You know why? Because I don't use wireless charging. And most of the consumers in the world probably don't use wireless charging. They prefer to plug in. And I feel like Google might be missing out on something. They just might. They might be missing out on some. I think they need to capitalize on what they're doing here and not try to top themselves in the quote-unquote flagship device product line. Now, that's not to say that the new phones shouldn't have the best processors inside. You already know it's going to have great cameras. That's just Google. However, I think they need to team up with the right partner for hardware, because this is nothing but the Pixel 3. You know, that's all it is. So to stand out from the crowd, do a OnePlus. I don't know any other way to say it. Do a OnePlus. Give us all the features you could possibly think of, and keep the price down. This is the ultimate goal for everybody who's into cell phones anyway. We want everything we can get for the lowest price possible. We don't want any sacrifices. And if you say otherwise, something's wrong. Everybody wants the lowest price, and everybody wants all the features. That's just human nature. But that's what we're about, man. We want rebates. We want the best price. We want everything we can get for our money. And I think Google should capitalize. If in fact they do make a Pixel 4, they should capitalize on what they're doing here at the market with the Pixel 3a XL and the Pixel 3a, because these are on all carriers. And in this video, let's build the Pixel 4, right? Let's build it. So first thing that I don't have to have on the Pixel 4 is the cameras coming through the display. I also don't have to have an in-screen fingerprint reader, because these fingerprint readers are much faster. And you know what? These bezels right here, I don't care about them, but put a speaker on the front here. That should be the Pixel. The Pixel 4 right off the rip should have speakers facing us, just like the smaller Pixel 3. Go with the 19:9 ratio or the 21:9 ratio, Google. Do something different. Do something different. Because I actually love this form factor. People might laugh at it right now, but this is super easy on your hand. I mean, let me take this case off. This form factor is super easy on the hand. Super easy on the hand. It's much narrower. Same size display. Google, you could make something happen here. Shoot, team up with Sony. Nah, but Sony's gonna want to put their cameras on. But follow that. Go with the 21:9. Go with the 19:9. Do something to get the Pixel 4, if there is a Pixel 4. That's the way I would build it. That would be the first starting block for me right there. I would put 2 speakers facing me, and I could deal with these bezels or whatever. It doesn't matter, because they could actually shrink these down and keep the same body and make this a 6.4-inch display. But that's just me. But yeah, OLED display, AMOLED display, stereo speakers, 4,000 milliamp hour battery. You know, there's too many. And keep the headphone jack. You put it on this one, why can't you put it on your flagships? You know what I'm saying? So if they can definitely capitalize on what they're doing here for the Pixel 4, if there's going to be a Pixel 4. And I wonder, because they're probably going to look at the sales of this. And if this phone rips the internet by storm and just blows out and they make a bunch of money off of these, they're probably going to capitalize on this. It would be stupid for them not to. So if Google does have a Pixel 4 in mind, I hope it's not this same design. I hope it's not following the design of everybody else. You know, I know there's leaks and rumors out there, but nothing is official yet. So I really hope that they switch it up. Don't do in-screen fingerprint reader. You don't have to do a camera coming through the front of the display. Keep the headphone jack. Put some stereo speakers on here. You know what I'm saying? Give a bigger battery. Make it stand out. This is the problem with some OEMs. When they get so big, or they feel like they have to top, they start taking stuff away instead of keeping the stuff that makes sense. So if there is a Pixel 4, or do we even need a Pixel 4? Back to the question, do we even need a Pixel 4? Do we? I would love to hear your justification in the comments on why we need a Pixel 4. And don't just tell me, oh, it's the next thing up, it's the Pixel 3. No, that has nothing to do with it. Do we need a Pixel 4 after having phones like the 3A and the 3A XL? The 3 is great, but the 3 was kind of a flop, and Google said it too. They didn't sell any, and that's just because the price was too high. Do we need a Pixel 4 after having these phones right here? Leave a comment down below. It's your man Jay, and I will see you in the next video. I'm out. That's why we have like rebates and stuff like that. Excuse me. So, excuse me, folks. Take some water. I had to take a water break, man.